Welcome to the Impactful Engineer Project. I'm Steve Maxey, and with my co-host and brother Jake, we are here to bring you guidance, fresh ideas, and the tools to help you become an impactful engineer.
Engineers don't fail because they lack technical skill. They fail because they never learn how to lead, communicate, and take ownership. This is the Impactful Engineer. We give you the blueprint for career excellence and not textbook answers. I'm Steve Maxey, a senior manager in product development, and I'm here with my brother Jake, owner and principal engineer at NLS Engineering. If you're done with the status quo and ready to take control of your career, then you're listening to the right show. Hello, Jacob.
Agree. Let's get into it, man. I got nothing else. Let's just dive right into it.
Yeah,
I got the weird voice thing that you got too.
Okay, yeah. So we both sound a little weird
today. Excuse us.
Yeah.
Okay. So good lesson for everybody today is that there are things that you're going to perceive in your career that you would think that people just don't understand, and if they just understood, they would think differently about you and the situation, and if they just knew, then everything would be okay, and you'd be right, and you'd feel good about that, and it would increase your reputation, and it just, if they would just understand, then the world would be great. Then my career would be great. Then this job would be good instead of the friction we have, or then this would be better. Just insert whatever, right? If only people understood. And I thought of this one because over the last few weeks just of life and working the job, there was just a rough patch that I went through that I needed things done, and all I heard was excuses, reasons, very viable reasons, very understandable, but that mean nothing, especially as this is one portion of my time, of my very busy day, of a project that we're completing, that so many people are a part of, and that we're just one little piece, and we should just have a very pragmatic and kind of mathematical way of completing the tasks. And it should be very touch and go. It should be, we meet, we decide, we do it, then we're done, right? And everything in between, at least to me, and I imagine the rest of the world and so on, that everything in between that fills in the void doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that we're super busy. It doesn't matter that we have too much work. It doesn't matter that it's a vacation time of year. It doesn't matter that I've insert explanation of inner workings of my business, and what I've gone through recently as to why I can't get you the information, or as to why this thing can't move forward. Nobody cares.
Yeah. And
the more you lean on that stuff and certainly explain it to other people, because we all have that inside of us. We just need to not, it can't overtake us and allow ourselves to lean on it and tell everybody else about it and look weak. And, it's like everybody's just waiting for you to get to the punchline.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Doing the thing and getting it done is what matters.
Yeah. And even if you're, in an organization and you're individual contributor or, middle management or whatever, it's your responsibility to ensure the deliverable is met, right? Because engineering is a very outcome-driven profession. And, if you have vacations, if you have insert whatever reasons, you have to, it is your responsibility and your obligation to ensure that that deliverable is met no matter what other thing, insert whatever your future excuse is going to be, is in the way. So, if you're going on vacation, you have to, okay, maybe I need to get this done a little quicker before I go on vacation, or maybe I need to delegate it to someone else who is not going on vacation while I'm on vacation. You have to be proactive and think ahead and get these things done. And then when the deliverable cannot be met, people don't give a shit why. You just need to tell them hey, this is not going to be delivered on time. I will have it to you, X amount of time later. And then just leave it at that. If they want to know all the various reasons and excuses and all the other bullshit, they will ask. But don't just divulge all of it because no one gives a shit.
I'm sorry to tell you that that's the answer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it's not that whatever you're going to say or the excuses that you have are not valid. They are. It's just that nobody cares. And you need to learn how to work within what happens in reality and be able to get better at identifying what's going to happen to you in reality and making sure that everyone around you that it matters to make this point doesn't hear about it. It just the thing is delivered. And if you were, there was an earthquake only at your house and everything's falling around you, and then lava was coming through the floor, you lost a leg, you had to crawl across your kitchen counter to avoid being, melted into oblivion, and then you had to fucking climb your way on the top of your house, you lost everything, but you got out barely with your life, and then you delivered the thing. They actually don't care about any of that misadventure up to delivering the thing. They just care about that the thing was delivered. Now, I mean, if you had that story where you had like a localized earthquake and lava coming up, that might be a pretty cool story. But I'm just trying to say they don't care about all of that. It's your job to take all of that and go, I wonder what the chances are of that happening again for the next time. Maybe I pad my delivery by a week so I can rebuild my house and glue everything back together first. And then I can work on it and deliver. That's just a funny, stupid story, but it's like
very extreme.
It's like you have to make the decision about what is the chance of this happening again? What do I do to make sure that I'm meeting all the expectations and not having to say any of that? You keep all of that behind and hidden. If you want help with how to manage that, then you can ask your boss or a mentor or something how to deal with these things and how to better predict future behavior and how to better set yourself up to meet expectations. Because I guarantee you, like, start a project, you give the schedule's good, you meet it. Start a project, you give the schedule turns out shit, you don't meet it. Start a project, give a schedule, know that a whole bunch of shit's going to go down, so you made the schedule padded by 6 weeks, meet the schedule, same result as the first one. That's the first case. The second case is your reputation is damaged. The first and third cases mean the same in the eyes of whoever you're delivering it to, believe it or not. So the skill is getting good at anticipating issues and knowing how to solve them and correctly set expectations, not cry about it the whole time. So in my specific case, it was certainly applicable, right? And this person either needs to be able to deliver the information we need in a timely manner upon request, and a very reasonable request in my mind, be able to deliver that, right? Or say, hey, for those requests that you're making, Jake, it actually takes me personally twice as long. Then that makes sense to me, because then I go, oh, I'll ask it twice as early next time, and then we're good.
Yeah, level the
You
expectation.
see what I'm saying? Yeah, it's like, hey, let me know. Instead of all I hear is excuses, blah, 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 nothing that matters to me, and I still don't get the answer. What does that do for me? It does nothing. All it does is frustrate me, and I have no answer to give up the chain. I'm not asking for no reason. I'm asking because somebody asked me, right? Like this. So I'm not going to dive into the details of what it was because that doesn't matter. It's just the fact that being put in that situation, or you putting someone else in that situation where all they get from you, just imagine your boss, right? They've got a million things. You're not their only person they're managing or thing that they need to get done today. And they ask you something and all they get back is just like 30 minutes of excuses and then no answer. And then you've wasted time and then you still don't have it. That's the worst thing you can do to your boss, right? And then that's also the worst position you can be in, is you're waiting for somebody to give you something. And you've established the communication cadence and it gets completely blown up, plus excuses, plus no answer.
Yeah. And when you compound it on not letting them know until the day something's due, that's the worst formula ever.
Sure.
The moment you knows something is not going to be delivered on time, you have to communicate that immediately, right? And don't give a bunch of lame excuses as why. You just say, hey, I'm not going to be able to deliver this to the time that we agreed upon. Does this new time work?
Yeah.
And leave it at that. That's it, period.
And I'm a little like heated about this one just because it's a real life thing, right?
Yeah,
everything's fine. Expectations were communicated, and it will be what it is from here on out, knowing how things go with this particular person. That's fine. That's all I want. I don't think it's good, bad. I don't harbor any sort of feelings, except for I get very excited about sharing the ways to manage this stuff.
Yeah,
I get excited about that. And honestly, in the moment, frustration, of course, occurs, right? And reliving it gets me animated.
Yeah.
But really all I care about is factual data. Like, and that's why when I hear excuses, I get so riled up because it's like all I want to know is the answer.
Yeah. I mean, just put yourself in the shoes of someone like, hey, my customer just asked me about a detail of a project or timeline. I need to go ask the person that I'm counting on to deliver this deliverable. Hey, when can you have this done? And so now you're beholden to get the information to the client like as soon as possible. And then when you just don't hear from, whether they're a subcontractor or whatever vendor, if you don't hear from them, it just ups the anxiety and the frustration and all that kind of stuff, right? It's like, if you get those kind of requests, just immediately respond. It takes 2 seconds. Even if like, hey, I don't have that right now. Can I get it to you in, by the end of the day? That will de-escalate the frustration immediately. Just don't give any excuses of why you don't have it. Just say, can I get it to you by the end of the day? And that's it.
Yeah. Or
give it to them.
I will get this to you by the end of the day. Like tell them, not ask, tell. Right? Because
that's a good point.
If you're asking, you're inherently saying, if you say now, then it'll be now.
Yeah. No, that's a very good point.
In which case you shouldn't have asked in the first place. Just do it now.
Yep.
Tell them when you're going to get it to them.
Yep.
And then make the discussion about, well, why can't you get it to me now? Well, it's like, if I get it to you now, I would have gotten it to you now. Right. And then make the discussion about how do we, if getting you information immediately is the expectation, we need to discuss how to set myself up to be able to do that. There's a gap there.
Mm-hmm.
So that in the future, when you ask me something similar, I can return it immediately. Help me get there so I can help you, right? That would be the discussion. Instead of, because when you just sit there and complain, you don't leave any room to have a positive and productive discussion about factually how to do the thing that meets the expectation. All you're doing is immediately putting guards up to everyone in the chain, and then there's no room for explanation about how to get shit done, right? And excuses are the main fuse to that.
Mm-hmm.
It just creates this chaotic mess.
Yeah, nothing sets off an executive more than just excuses of why you cannot provide the information that they're asking for.
Or
it drives them crazy.
Any normal human being that is in that position that needs that answer, that is, they're in that position for a reason, and positions like that come with high expectations.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you want to have a successful career, like outside of the joy and being happy about where you're working and this does actually contribute to that.
Big time.
But like put aside loving the job to actually be a valued member of the team. This is another one of the tiny little puzzle pieces out of the 10,000 that we talk about on this show to fit in the right place, right? Is to not be the person that is the excuse maker.
Yeah.
Figure it out. And if you truly let's say you truly can't figure it out, there's just no possible way that you can meet the expectation ever. You've tried it a million times. It's not how you do it. It never is. There's no solution. You just know the answer is that it's impossible. Then just accept that you're going to be missing this puzzle piece and that you're going to be seen as someone who can't get it done. Just accept that is going to be your reality.
Yeah, and I think the right response when in that situation, when someone asks you for something and you just do not have it, you can't deliver it right then. You just say, "Hey, I got that information. It's just not in front of me. give me to the end of the day and I'll get it to you. Right. Just don't go, oh, I don't know. Oh, I'm not sure. Don't say anything like that, because they'll be like, oh, of course he doesn't. Just say, I got it. I just don't have it in front of me. I'll get it to you by the end of the day. And 99 times out of 100, they'll be like, all right, sounds good.
You put their mind at ease. Yeah. I know we got a little, that's the message. I know we got a little far into the weeds, but truly it is as simple as stop complaining and giving excuses, because it doesn't leave any room for actually figuring out the real problem and getting it done.
Yeah. And, just another little add-on is, when you're going to be in a situation where you're going to be asked about a project, anticipate the questions and be prepared. Nothing screams incompetence than going into like a large meeting or a discussion through someone who's going to ask about expectations and you just not having the answers. So anticipate what those questions are going to be and have the information on hand.